Hello, everyone. It's officially 3:09 in the morning, and I'm not tired. Yes, welcome back to another lovely edition of the Book Corner where I once again talk about banned books and the idiots that want to ban them. So we're just talking about one book in particular. I actually have the Kindle edition of the library book, and I am going to read this thing through. The only problem I have with it is the type is real small, and my brain is not liking it. So I will automatically say that was the only thing I did not like about the book. My brain's like, I hate small type. Please, not small type. No small type. My brain's not processing this. So, anyways, so before I begin, I'm going to say that I'll be talking about a book that is 25 years old. That may trigger people. So I just want to do the disclaimer at the very beginning, so people are like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? So yeah. All right. So yesterday morning, about 11 something, I guess the fate was like, you need to wake up. And I'm going to have your brother help you with that area. So he said something, I'm not going to repeat what it is, and it woke me up, and I'm like, because the look I'm doing, that's exactly the look that I give when I'm bolted out of bed, and I'm like, where's the fire at? So after I got my bearings together, I was like, do I really need to wake up to this? So went to my brother's little nook in the world. I said, what in the world are you on about? And after apologizing for waking me up, which I do appreciate, thank you very much, he was telling me there was this pastor that got this book removed, and that it has child molestation in it and stuff. And I'm like, okay. First and foremost, you know perfectly well, and so does my subscribers, that I am very wide awake when I hear that books have been removed. So I said, well, what is the name of the book? I don't know. Okay. So he tried to find it, and it actually ended up that it was streamed. So I said, okay, I'm going to Google it. Google pastor gets book removed and see what happens. So this moron was was the first hit. I said, hey, Stephen, come in here. That's my brother. And I said, is this the pastor? He goes, yeah, that's the pastor. So I clicked it, and we watched it a little bit and found the title of the book. It is called It's Natural. And I should know because... No, sorry, it's not. Sorry, it's called It's Perfectly Normal. Sorry, author of the book that has tiny print. Yeah, so It's Perfectly Normal. And so I typed it into the Amazon search, and came back that they had the book. So, me being me, I decided to see what it was about. You know, is this a horrible, evil book that I need to be aware of? So I checked the synopsis out. It's a sex ed book. That's all it is. It's a sex ed book. It teaches you about the birds and the bees. Yes, I have noticed nudity, but yeah, you don't have relations with your clothes on. I don't know. So yeah, it's a sex ed book. It's a 25-year-old book. And it is basically designed to teach preteens and teenagers, not children, not little 5-year-olds, about the birds and the bees. Now, here's a little historical context for people that were born after 2001. and I've been out of the school system for so long that I don't even know what they're doing nowadays. But they are that so not they are, but when I was a preteen, yes, I was one of those at one point. We were taken to a room separated by gender and told about the birds and the bees. Preteen, not children, not 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds. I mean, children that are young adults, preteens that are going through the initial stages of puberty. And the point of it was so that we would know what was going on with our body so it wouldn't freak us out as we noticed it. And so that was helpful. And it did one of two things. Either later on down the road you're going to be a woman or a man with lots of kids or no kids. And it ended up with me. I have no kids. So, yeah. So my mother also added to it, though she didn't actually tell me correctly. But still, I got the birds and the bees thing. So I realized that babies don't come with storks, and there's a lot of pain involved. So, why is it that a book about sex ed that is meant to be with nudity and all that jazz, why is it that this pastor successfully got this book removed? Simple. He does not want children to know anything. So you basically, Mr. Pastor, you took the choice out of parents' hands, and you think that you're the authority on how parents should be teaching sex ed. So I was looking at the reviews for it, and this parent said, if I don't teach my 10-year-old about these subjects now, who's going to teach her down the road? She will probably get an abstinence-only class, meaning that you have the ability to control your urges. Sometimes, most of the time, not. So, yeah. So, what did I do? I got the book. This is actually a library rental. And yes, the print is very small. That is my only problem with this book is the print's small. I'm 43 years old. My eyes don't go that way. I'll probably end up putting my glasses on. But I think that any time that you have a book that empowers preteens, I'm going to emphasize this, preteens and teenagers, the age group that originally were taught sex ed back in the 80s and the 90s, to give them a means to understand about their bodies, because when I got that education, the changes in my body were not terrifying. I looked at them like, okay, yeah, this is what's going on. But when you go and you don't allow girls and boys to read, or take it back, if you do not allow parents to get a book that they want to read to their preteen, teenage children, you are essentially saying, oh, I control what you can and cannot teach your children. And all you hear for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks is, oh, parental choice. Well, no, there is no such thing as parental choice, because other people are taking the parental choice away from the parents. So, yeah. So, I read the part about LGBT, and I'm gonna say the illustrations are cartoonish, which is supposed to be that way, I'm guessing. Obviously, the author liked the work because she's used, or over and over again. But that's the thing that gets me. And I told my brother, I said, what they're doing is they're doing this tactic where they will go and they will say what people want to hear. In the case of this book, oh, it promotes child molestation, or it has child molestation in it. And there is a little section in it about LGBT, as I mentioned before, but they also go a little bit into the history, which I thought was really interesting. Um, I'm sorry, anytime there's something historical in a book, I go, oh wow, that's interesting. Um, they don't shy away that women have had relations with women for thousands of years. In Victorian times, it was not uncommon for women to be in the same room, in the same bed with other women, especially if you were a hostel and you really didn't have room for everybody else to have their own beds. It wasn't uncommon for men to be in bed with other men because it was a hostel, and all that stuff. Um, and that's the thing. That is the historical truth. But it's just like, so, I know I'm stopping my sentences and all that stuff, but I was telling Stephen, I said, sometimes it doesn't hurt to read the book to form your own opinion about the book. So it's perfectly normal. I with its with its very small print. Of course, you can kind of expand it, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's weird. um, but yeah, it's one of those weird things about what you encounter at 11:35 in the morning, and you're like, what the heck? But yeah, so they use people's emotions, and they know they can manipulate those emotions to make a book that's designed to educate someone about their bodies and about the world in which we live in, and turn into something that's dirty, filthy, and nasty. So if anyone has read It's Perfectly Normal, please tell me what you thought about it, and hopefully your copy did not have super small print. And I'm gonna have to whip out the glasses. Yeah. Before I go, I'd like to let you guys know that you will get a review of Demon Slayer Volume Number 7. And I will be doing a review of Fingersmith for TikTok, as well as Broken Hearts, and also, of course, the same volume of Demon Slayer, because I do want to return Fingersmith back to the library because somebody's waiting on it, and it will open up another slot for another book. I'm also currently reading the second book in the one with the yarn. Apparently somebody decided to dump a body in underneath the booth of the Knitting Club, and now everyone thinks the Knitting Club is unpatriotic. Somehow it was just, how's the Knitting Club unpatriotic? I do not understand. But anyways, I'm having a lot of fun with that book as well. So, yeah, I'm reading a lot. I'm reading more than 1 or 2 books. I'm reading, I think, up to 5 books in one go. So, I'll see you guys around. Until next time, be well. Bye.